Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a new video. And today we're gonna be looking at this Davini Currentsea palette. I will show you 3 looks with her, and at the end I'm gonna talk you through what I think of her, how I enjoyed working with her, and what is kind of my opinion on this palette. So I hope you're gonna enjoy that. Also, in case you're new here, hi, my name's Sasha. I love indie brands, I love makeup, I love colorful makeup, especially eyeshadows, indie brands. So I've been super happy to try this one. It's my first time trying this brand, and this palette is very beautiful. It's very bright, very summery, very gorgeous. The shimmers are all very beautiful, and they have very special shifts and very special sparkles in them. You're getting a 23 grams of product, and this has 15 shades, so it's like 1.5 gram of product. And this palette is cruelty free, but I was kind of surprised it only has 12-month shelf life, which usually indie brands have a little bit more than that. Usually it's like 2 years, sometimes even 3, or it's like 2.5. So this one is only supposed to be used for a year, but I never really go by that rule. You have one full row of mattes, one full row of shimmers. This is a pressed glitter, and then on the top row you have like the deeper mattes and some of the deeper shimmers. It's kind of like half and half shimmers and matte, with one more matte than the shimmers. And as I said, the glitter, the pressed glitter, I haven't tried the pressed glitter, and I'm not gonna be trying that because I don't really love pressed glitters. I think the only pressed glitters that I've enjoyed so far were from Colourpop, because they have they have a lot of jelliness to them, so they're not that abrasive and that scratchy. But I don't otherwise would use pressed glitter. I just don't have the best experience with them. Like, it's not that I hate them, it's just I find them annoying. So I haven't tried that one. I won't even swatch that, but I'll show you all the rest of the shades, and I hope you're gonna like all of these videos. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it, so that this isn't, 50 hours long. Okay, so for the first look, I wanted to start with the greens. So I used the shade Cream, or CREAM, in the inner part of the crease, and I love this one. It's the most beautiful green in the world. Then I have the Aloe Puppet, I guess. It's kind of like a warmer brown, beautiful with the greens, and I think it's gonna look great with the yellows as well. Then to deepen it up, I used the shade Buccaneer. I have no clue how to pronounce that one, honestly. To just kind of deepen it up, and it looks wonderful. And then as shimmers, I used the shade Atoka. I think that's how you pronounce that, and Chaching. I'm kind of confused with some of these names. Some of them are really fun and like, puns, but some of them I have no clue what they are. And as you can see, the shade Atocha, I had to layer it so much to even like get some kind of pigment. It was beautiful, but it kind of has like bigger specks in there, and they're really hard to like put on your eyelid, so that was a little bit annoying. And then the Chaching is beautiful. It's a duochrome. It kind of has like a deep plummy shift to it, and I love this look. I think it looks wonderful, but it did crease in a span of like maybe 3 hours, 2 hours. Like, by the time I got to work and like went to kind of like check on the makeup, it was already creasy pretty much. And I used one of the shades as the inner corner, and then also as a lower lash line shade from the Mighty Monster palette by Woden's Eye in collaboration with Annette's Makeup Corner. And honestly, I think that palette is super similar to this one. Like, you kind of get the similar vibe. It's just smaller palette, and after trying this the Currentsea palette, I would probably prefer to buy the Mighty Monster palette from Woden's Eye. So if you're on the fence and you have the Mighty Monster, maybe you don't need the Currentsea, because the shimmers kind of creased on me. And by kind of, I mean quite a bit. So yeah, if you have the Mighty Monster, you probably don't need this palette. Just saying. Then for the second look, I wanted to do blue. So first I used the Keep It Real. I love the pun, like, it's so funny. And this shade is beautiful. It's such a nice, steely turquoisey color. I love this one. And then I use the shade Naughty, it's not Naughty, Naughty, probably, to deepen it up. It's so pretty. It's such a deep blue, or deep, like rich blue. It's a very rich blue, and I love that one. And then I also use the shade Buccaneer again on the lower lash line, to just kind of, you know, bring in another color. Then for the shimmers, I use the shade Make It Rain, which is wonderful. It's very like mermaidy shade. It has wonderful sparkles in it, and this time I tried it with a setting spray to just kind of, you know, see if it's gonna work better than a glitter primer. And then then I have the shade Mermaid, which is very sparkly and very beautiful. I have the Beauty Bay primer on. That's what I use pretty much every day. I have the Udens Eye Somana Gel Liner in the shade 04. Then I have the Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Mascara, which I do like quite a bit, but I'm running out of that one. Then I have the Rimmel Kind and Free Concealer in the shade 010 Fair. Then to finish up the eye look, I've used my Little Cosmetics singles. So in my inner corner, I have the shade Idol. And then under my on my lower lash line, or like under my lower lashes, I have this light green called Sigil. It's kind of like a seafoamy light green, or kind of slightly minty. Then I'm also using this as a blush. I have this shade. This is a shade from the Unearthly Cosmetics Spring Magic Blush Palette, and this one is in the shade Incantation. It's one of my favorite from the palette, when I don't count like the orange. And then as a highlighter, I have the Daydreamer palette from Electrum Cosmetics, and I've used this called In a Trance. It's kind of like a light greeny, kind of like seafoamy green, kind of similar to the shade Sigil. I don't know how well you can see it because it's been multiple hours since I applied the makeup. And I think that's everything that I'm wearing today. But yeah, this is how the look looks like. It's been like 11 hours, I believe. So yeah, pretty good, like there's no smudging. And then for the last look, I started with the shade Beam Bang, which is a very bright and beautiful yellow. I love this yellow shade. It is genuinely just the most wonderful one. Then right next to it, I use the shade Pretty and Paid to kind of use it in the top part of the crease. Very beautiful, very kind of like bubblegum pink. I do like this shade, especially with the yellow. I just think it's very nice and very beautiful combo. And then to deepen it up, I use the shade Flow. I was kind of scared if they're not gonna like clash with the pink, but it actually worked fine, unless you like genuinely blend them together and you just kind of put them next to each other and slightly adjust the edges. It's gonna be fine. And as shimmers, I use the shade Anemone, I think that's how you pronounce that. This one also, I had to layer so much to get some kind of pigment out of it. And then I also used the shade Scales right next to it. That one is also beautiful, but it's very sheer, and you also have to really layer it. I eventually had to use my finger for it because it was really hard to get it on the brush and distribute it properly. And it has these like bigger particles in it, kind of like glittery particles. Hey guys, so this is my last look in the review video. So this is my last look reviewing the Davini Currentsea palette. I kind of used all the shades that I haven't used before. So I used these three shades in the middle, the yellow, the pink, and the green. Love the yellow and the pink together. The green worked fine, like I didn't have problem layering it, but usually like these two shades don't really like to layer mostly, so it was fine. And then I used these two shimmers, the orange in the middle and the pinky one at the end. And I think the pinky one is kind of like holochrome, because it definitely looks like it has a lot of specs, but probably even the orange one, like it has a lot of different shimmers, but I don't know if you can see it, but it like greased quite a lot. And I don't know if it's because of the NYX glitter primer. I haven't swatched this palette yet. I'm gonna do that right after filming this part. But I just feel like the shimmers are a bit too jelly and like thicker. And yeah, there's something about the formula that just kind of creases on me. This shade didn't crease that much yesterday when I was using it with the setting spray, but I also find that using the setting spray, it just takes forever because you have to layer it multiple times, or at least for me, I feel like the brush doesn't pick up that much because it's a thicker formula. And I expected a little bit more out of this, honestly. Like, I felt like people were having a little bit better opinion on this one. It's still pretty. I love the looks that I did, but I just kind of, I don't know, I was just expecting a little bit more. Maybe it's also because, you know, lately I wasn't reviewing that much, and the couple palettes that I was reviewing in the past week and a half were really good and like out of this world good. I also used the Avatar The Last Airbender Air palette, and I used the shade Moon Peach in my inner corner. I feel like it looks wonderful there, and it just kind of like finished this color story. Because it's another thing that I kind of that bums me about this palette is that there's no inner corner highlight. Like, yeah, technically you could use some of the lighter mattes, but for me, honestly, the only bright one enough is the yellow one. Otherwise, the other are either they would like match my skin tone, or they just wouldn't be contrasty enough so that it doesn't really brighten it. You know, like you need something contrasting to brighten. And I haven't used one of the shades, which is the shade Legacy, because it's a glitter and I don't use glitter. I don't think I'm even gonna swatch this one because I don't like these on my eyes, honestly. And usually once you touch the glitter, it becomes a mess and you can get a lot of fallout. So yeah, that one we're not trying, but otherwise, I don't know, I'm definitely gonna have to wear this palette more to like find out if I can maybe make it work for me. It's not a bad palette, but I just feel like comparing it to the like Little and Avatar palettes, or even the All Shimmer palette from Unearthly that I tried before, which is the All I Ever Wanted palette. The mattes are great. The mattes are really nice. I do like the mattes, but the shimmers didn't really surprise me. Like they have nice shifts or like nice hollow sparkles through them. I think that's really cool effect, but because they crease on me so quickly, you can't see the effect. So yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out, maybe I'm gonna try it without primer and without the setting spray one day to see if maybe like that could work, because recently I found out a couple of my shades worked better that way. But yeah, I'm not sure about this one when it comes to the shimmers. For the rest of the face, I used the NYX Color Primer and the Beauty Bay Eyeshadow Base. I hope I'm getting to the bottom of this, like it is ancient. Then I used the Udens Eye Salmon Gel Liner in the shade 1. It's this very bright pink, because most of the lid shades, or like the crease shades, are kind of yellowy pinks, and I wear yellow eyeliner all the time, so I just thought that I could get some uses out of this pink one. I have the Rimmel Kind of Free Concealer as always, and the Essence Get Big Lashes Volume Boost Waterproof Mascara as in the past month. And then highlighter and blush. So I've used this orange blush from the Spring Magic blush palette from Unearthly, and I think this one is called Alchemy. It's just the orange one. And then as a highlighter, I used one of my little single eyeshadows, because this one is actually really nice topped over like either warmer peach or orange blushes, and it's the shade Allure, and it's kind of like peachy base with like kind of warm sheen to it, or like shine to it. It has a little bit of like warmer peachy, but with a little bit of pink as well. So I use that as a highlighter because I think I have these little singles in my Shop My Stash, and I only use them like twice on my eyes, so I want to get a little bit of uses. And also this shade is like close to pan, so maybe, but I don't think I'll be able to pan it this month, but you know, it would be nice to have a pan there. And yeah, I think that's kind of all I'm wearing. I don't remember anything else that I would put on my face. And yeah, as I said, the Davini palette, for me, it creases. Yesterday it was a little bit better with the blues, but it still creased a bit. And I don't know what I should think about that. So I will have to try her some more. And I will definitely let you know in like 2 weeks when I'm gonna film my monthly haul. And when I'm gonna have time to like try it a couple more times to see what I think about this one. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad palette. I do love the mattes, the shimmers. I am missing some light shimmers, obviously, so I always had to use something in my inner corner. And maybe one of the shades could be slightly darker because you have like, you pretty much have either mid-tone shades or a couple like lighter shades. And then like these two, they're just like darker mid-tones. I do love the color selection, but and I'm gonna definitely get a lot of uses out of her. Just I feel like for most time I will definitely need a inner corner highlight, and maybe sometimes I'm gonna sometimes I'm gonna bring in darker shade, but it's not that I can't work with this color story. I can definitely do looks with this. I definitely want to do something with the blue and yellow. I think that would be great. Combination. This green with this blue would be wonderful. This pink with that green also, I really like to try that. The yellow with the warm brown would also look really great, and I definitely want to get more uses out of the shimmers just to figure out what I feel about them. But yeah, they're just like thicker, and I'm not used to this with indies these days, so that's just kind of, it's not bad by any means, but I'm just kind of, I expected slightly more from it. I don't know why, but I just got the impression that this is like wonderful, wonderful, beyond amazing palette. And it's just good palette. It's an okay, good, well-performing palette. But there's a but with it, and like I'm gonna have to be careful with it. Like I'll have to figure out the shimmers, and I'll have to like plan how to use them, because my normal techniques don't work with that, and that is just a little bit of inconvenience. It's not that I can't figure it out. I will try to. I hope there is a way. But obviously I'm gonna prefer palettes that I don't have to change my behaviors to use them. So that's this one, but I love the color story, and I think the shimmers have really fun shifts, and like they're pretty much all either multi-chromes, duochromes, or they have some of that hollow sparkle through them. It's just been a little bit harder for me to showcase that because I've been filming these in the morning right before work, and by the time I got back home it was completely creased up, so it's kind of hard for me to like show how beautiful these are because I don't have that much time in the morning. But I will definitely play with her more, and you will see a lot more looks on my Instagram and TikTok in the future, and with more close-ups and stuff like that, because I always do that with these types of videos. But I think she's very pretty, so yeah. Also, today I got delivered the Cleonut order that I made actually just like maybe 10 days ago, or like it's not that long ago. So I have the Paleo palette, and I'll start playing with it tomorrow, so the next video will be a review of that palette. But anyways, that's it for this video. Let me know if you've enjoyed this review. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you've liked these looks. Let me know if you've picked this palette up or if you've tried anything else from Davini. And I will be super happy to see you with another video. So have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!